talk about TNT. I mean, we always discuss how cool it is working for them, and I know people say, oh yeah, I love working with studios and stuff, I love working with networks. But I mean, TNT has been so great with you guys. You guys have such a relationship, and I always want to give them props. So can you talk again, about working with them and how that's turned out?
Well, I started working with TNT on a movie of the week that starred Noah Wiley called The Librarian. It was an amazing experience. It was really amazing because John was involved with me on that, and we ended up doing 2 more movies for them. And over the course of it, we really began to trust each other. And so when the series came about and we all got together to do it, the network doesn't place a lot of bets. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of shows. But when they decide to place a bet, my analogy is you bet on a horse. They let the horse run. They don't try to run the horse. And I think it was at the end of the first season, we 3 decided to put down on paper all the notes that we've gotten from the network over the entire year, and it filled 1 page. So they treat us like adults. They treat us like partners. They don't try to act like our boss. They don't try to micromanage us. The only thing they said to us is don't dumb it down. They said, we like
I can't think of a single big fight we've ever had with them. I mean, honestly, and that's what I like about it. And I was going back to TV. I was out. And Dean, wait, the Kool-Aid worked on me. No, and Dean said, because I'd done the librarian movies with him, and Dean's like, it's TNT, if we get on, we're going on for 13, we get the whole season, we do 6, and the ratings are great, we do 2, and that was it. It's like, we get to make at least 1 season, that is the show we want, and TNT says, they buy the show that you want to make, and it works or doesn't work.
And by the way, when you guys watch network shows and you're frustrated by them, know that they are the product of 1,000 notes from different entities, from the studio, from the network, and they're these kind of, monsters created by committee. And this show is the vision of us, and it's the show we wanted to make.
I can't really imagine another network having someone like Nate Ford as a lead character going this strongly into the dark abyss.
Well, the best example of this was when we cast Beth in the show. Because you have to do this thing called going to network, which means you bring a bunch of actors to the network and show them the actors, and the network ultimately picks who gets
a lot.
And we brought 2 girls to the network. The first girl came in, very competent actress, very competent, very beautiful, the kind of girl you would expect to see on any Jerry Bruckheimer show. And she came in and she did a very good job. But after she left, I turned to Mike Wright, the head of TNT, and I said, this next girl is not the type that you would imagine, but this is our favorite choice. So Beth walked into the audition. She didn't say a word. She walked in character. She did the part, and then she walked out of the room.
She had her hair down, like over her face.
And Michael Wright turns to me and says, is she crazy?
And the phrase he said, which you almost never hear at a network, is best actor wins. She's the best actor, she wins, she gets the role.
Nice.
Woo! Hi. I love the Sophie and Nate relationship, and I'm, dying for it to happen. And I'm wondering, will she finally tell him her name in this upcoming season?
They are at a new equilibrium because Nate now accepts herself as a thief, and it's changed their relationship. And the Nate-Sophie relationship really evolves every year. It was very tricky last year because, of course, Gina had to take off a little early. We had to accelerate that arc. No, this year, these are people who spent 2 years together and trusting each other and failing each other and making each other angry and saving each other. So it's a new balance. I would say the first year they came in like people who had giant crushes on each other and had no idea that they wouldn't work. And that was intentional. Because fantasy relationships don't work that way. They don't work out. And now this year, they're kind of finally hitting the ground where they do know each other. They can trust each other. Maybe not trust each other enough for somebody to know something's name.
John, I think your question was, are they going to do it?
could the Italian's name actually be Sophie Devereaux?
No, we already thought of that. You see, that wasn't your idea.
All right, next question, please.
One more thing, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was wondering, if Nate, is he gonna get sober again? I prefer him sober.
I don't think Nate does well completely sober. I think the moment at the end of season 1 where he says, I'm a functioning alcoholic, the trick is to ignore the alcoholic and celebrate the functioning part. That really is the best version of Nate you're going to find as far as his ability to interact with the world. So, but he certainly is much more aware of when he's spinning out and much more likely to listen to the team when they tell him he's spinning out.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this show and this convention. It's amazing.
Examination of it just as a fan. I think they bring a certain sort of really special nuance. I'm just curious as to how much of those we might be seeing this year.
Exactly. If that reaction shows us nothing, we should bring Tiger McSweet back at least 3 more times.